What's up guys, Nashti here and welcome back to my channel. On this vlog episode, we'll be rounding out the best smartphones in the Philippines under 10,000 pesos. So these are basically smartphones priced between 7,000 and 10,000 pesos as of July 2020. So on this particular price bracket, you'd see smartphones sporting a full HD display. Some have as much as 128 gigs of expandable base storage, quad camera setup, more than 5,000 mAh battery with up to 18 watts fast charging, and some would have extras like, infrared or even NFC. I'm sure you're excited as I am to know which smartphones I'm talking about, so let's not wait any longer. Let's get down to business because it's about to get nasty. So what are the best smartphones in the Philippines under 10,000 pesos as of July 2020? We have 5 smartphones on the list, starting off with the Huawei Y7P, which packs a 6.39-inch IPS LCD of HD resolution. It runs Android 9 Pie with EMUI 9 on top and is powered by an octa-core Kirin 710F processor. It has 64 gigs of expandable storage and 4 gigs of RAM with a hybrid micro SD card slot. It has a triple camera setup with a 48 megapixel main camera with face detection autofocus, an 8 megapixel ultra-wide camera, and a 2 megapixel depth sensor with LED flash and full HD video recording capabilities. It also has an 8 megapixel selfie camera. The Huawei Y7P comes with a 4,000 mAh battery with 10 watts fast charging support. It has a 3.5mm audio jack, an FM radio, and a fingerprint scanner. Its price starts at 9,990 pesos and was released in February 2020. What I like about the Huawei Y7P is its triple camera setup and fast charging. However, it only has an HD resolution display, no Google Play services, runs Android 9 coupled with an old chipset. It only has a hybrid micro SD card slot with an average battery capacity and a dated micro USB 2.0 port. Next on our list is the Oppo A31, which sports a 6.5-inch IPS LCD of HD resolution protected by Gorilla Glass 3. It runs Android 9 Pie with ColorOS 6.1 on top and is powered by a MediaTek Helio P35 chipset. It has 128 gigs of expandable storage and 4 gigs of RAM. It has a triple camera setup with a 12 megapixel main camera with face detection autofocus, a 2 megapixel macro camera, and a 2 megapixel depth sensor with LED flash and full HD video recording capabilities. It also has an 8 megapixel selfie camera. It has a 4,230 mAh battery with a 3.5mm audio jack, an FM radio, and a fingerprint scanner. Its price starts at 8,990 pesos and was released in March 2020. What I like about the Oppo A31 is its Gorilla Glass 3 protection, large base storage, dual SIM support plus a micro SD card slot, and its triple camera setup. However, it only has an HD resolution display, runs Android 9 with an old chipset, an average battery capacity, and has a dated micro USB 2.0 port. The third smartphone on our list is the Realme 6i, which comes with a 6.5-inch IPS LCD of HD resolution protected by Gorilla Glass 3. It runs Android 10 with Realme UI on top and is powered by an octa-core MediaTek Helio G80 chipset. It has 64 gigs of expandable storage and 3 gigs of RAM. The Realme 6i comes with a quad camera setup with a 48 megapixel main camera with face detection autofocus, an 8 megapixel 2-megapixel ultra-wide-angle camera, a 2-megapixel macro sensor, and a 2-megapixel black and white sensor. It has an LED flash, records 1080p Full HD videos, and comes with gyro EIS. It also has a 16-megapixel selfie camera. It has a 5000 mAh battery charged via USB-C, supports 18 watts fast charging and reverse charging. It has a 3.5mm jack, an FM radio, and a fingerprint scanner. Its price starts at 7,490 pesos and was released in May 2020. What I like about the Realme 6i is its Gorilla Glass 3 protection. It runs Android 10 coupled with a capable chipset, its dual SIM support with a micro SD card slot, its quad camera setup with gyro EIS, and large battery capacity with fast charging and reverse charging. However, it only has an HD resolution display and has a low base RAM. Next, we have the Samsung Galaxy M11, which comes with a 6.4-inch PLS TFT display of HD resolution. It runs Android 10 with One UI 2.0 on top and is powered by an octa-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 450 chipset. It has 32 gigs of expandable storage and 3 gigs of RAM. It has a triple camera setup with a 13-megapixel main camera with face detection autofocus, a 5-megapixel ultra-wide-angle camera, and a 2-megapixel depth sensor with LED flash and Full HD video recording capabilities. An 8-megapixel camera can also be found in front. It has a 5000 mAh battery powered by USB-C and supports 15 watts fast charging. It has a 3.5mm audio jack, an FM radio, and a fingerprint scanner. Its price starts at 7,490 pesos and was released in June 2020. What I like about the Samsung Galaxy M11 is that it runs Android 10, it has dual SIM support plus a micro SD card slot, it has a triple camera setup, it has a large battery capacity that supports fast charging and charges via USB-C. However, it only has an HD resolution display, an old chipset, and low base storage and RAM. The last smartphone on our list is the Xiaomi Redmi Note 9, which packs a 6.53-inch IPS LCD of 1080p Full HD resolution protected by Gorilla Glass 5. It runs Android 10 with MIUI 11 on top and is powered by an octa-core MediaTek Helio G85 chipset. It has 64 gigs of expandable storage and 3 gigs of RAM. It boasts a quad camera setup with a 48-megapixel primary camera with face detection autofocus, an 8-megapixel ultra-wide-angle camera, a 2-megapixel macro sensor, and a 2-megapixel depth sensor with LED flash and Full HD video recording capabilities. It also has a 13-megapixel selfie camera. It has a 5020 mAh battery which charges via USB-C, supports 18 watts fast charging and 9 watts reverse charging, and features an infrared port, a 3.5mm audio jack, an FM radio, a fingerprint scanner, and a water-repellent coating. Its price starts at 7,990 pesos and was released in May 2020. What I like about the Xiaomi Redmi Note 9 is its Gorilla Glass 5 protection, water-repellent coating, Android 10, plus a capable chipset, dual SIM support, and a micro SD card slot, quad camera setup, large battery capacity with fast charging and reverse charging, USB-C port, and an IR blaster. However, it has a low base RAM. Here's a comparison table of the 5 smartphones we're looking at. Let's start off with display and resolution. As you can see, only the Xiaomi Redmi Note 9 comes with a full HD display while the rest all come with just an HD resolution display. With regard to OS and chipset, the Redmi Note 9 and the Realme 6i take the lead with a MediaTek Helio G85 and G80 chipset. Both smartphones run Android 10 out of the box, while the Huawei Y7P and Oppo A31 only come with Android 9. To make matters worse for the Y7P, it doesn't have Google Play services. As for base storage and memory, we gotta give it to the Oppo A31 with 128 gigs of expandable base storage and 4 gigs of RAM. Camera-wise, the Realme 6i and the Redmi Note 9 are on top with a quad camera setup. In fact, the Realme 6i even comes with gyro EIS. With regard to battery and charging, again, the Realme 6i and the Redmi Note 9 came out on top with at least 5,000 mAh battery capacity, and both support up to 18 watts of fast charging. Only the Oppo A31 doesn't support any form of fast charging. As for release date, all 5 smartphones were released in 2020. So now let's look at the pricing. The Realme 6i and the Samsung Galaxy M11 are the most affordable of the bunch, with the Xiaomi Redmi Note 9 in the middle, while the Huawei Y7P is the most expensive. So if you ask me, the phone that offers the best value for money is the Xiaomi Redmi Note 9. It has Gorilla Glass 5, it has the most capable chipset, it has a quad camera setup, large battery capacity with fast charging and reverse charging, and it's the only phone that comes with an IR blaster. As you may have guessed it, our runner-up is none other than the Realme 6i, as it comes with Gorilla Glass 3 protection, a capable chipset, a quad camera setup with gyro EIS, large battery capacity with fast charging and reverse charging, and it's the most affordable phone of the bunch together with the Galaxy M11. I hope you guys learned something from this vlog episode and that you agreed with my choices. I hope I was also able to help you decide on which smartphone to buy next. So thank you so much guys for tuning in. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing and like the notification bell. Only here on the channel where Nashty is nice. I'm Nashty. Till then.